Today, as I am talking, there are things that have happened. Just recently, on Wednesday, today is a Sunday. On Wednesday, I had gone to the mosque near those places of eastern Nairobi. And I found young men, you Gen Z, rioting. Why were you rioting? A gentleman, a Gen Z, called Shege. Shege, that is a-Gïkūyū. The guy had just come from mosque, the mosque which is nearby there. And he was shot by the police. And so the young men were rioting, saying, oh, we are being killed. Yeah, he was coming from a mosque and he was shot by the police. That is on Wednesday. And today I am talking on 9th March 2025. And the topic of today is all the time that I've been talking, I had been introducing myself. All those videos that have been teaching were actually self-introductory. Now we shall start now talking about proper politics, because I want you to understand that actually when you are talking about politics, you are talking about a kingdom. You are talking about a king. And so I'm trying to endear myself to God and also to the Gen Z. Why? What's the reason? Because a lot of people just campaign for nonsense. I'm campaigning towards God, to endear myself to God, and also to endear myself to the youth for the year 2032, where we are setting up a government as taught by Mūgo wa-Kïbirū. Now, I want you to see the fulfillment, because all my other videos, if you can look at them, and even probably played for you, and now there were two bulls in Kenya fighting over that seat of power. That is Ruto, and the other one is Raila. And so I told them, if Mūgo wa-Kïbirū said so, that a Luo would rule Kenya, that would be him. And they refused to agree with me. They said, no, we want Ruto. I asked them, against the will of God, because what God says will happen. They said, probably Raila, a Luo will rule, but not Raila, because he's too old. But the things, the way they are looking, is like we have reached the time when actually Raila should start preparing to take over the kingdom of Kenya. You will see me talking about a Luo man taking over the government, as was predicted by the prophet, the Kikuyu prophet, Mūgo wa-Kïbirū. And doing a research, he appeared in the early 16th century. And that's what I want now to talk about, because I've been introducing and telling you that this is what will happen. When Gachagua and your other spokesmen, other princes, were endearing themselves and even talking about other people to be presidents like Kalonzo Musyoka, that soft-spoken Camberman, or this guy called Matiang'i, the Kusi, whom I'll bring you the paper which I wrote saying that he take the presidency before, when he was actually the security minister, he cowed, and now he wants to come up. There is this other man called Malanga of Akisi. Two guys, Kisi people. They are vying, imagining that they can take over the government using the democracy, which I'm calling a democracy, ruled by devils. Why? Because I have a better type of government that I'm introducing to the world. Not to Kenya, no, to the whole world. Come 2032, in preparation of the nuclear war, which will be ushered by America, trying to hit China preemptively, because China is going very quickly, and China will get the word that America is about to hit me preemptively using a very big nuclear war that Trump is making. As I'm talking today, Trump is the king. I call them king. No, yes, president. terms which are in the Bible. I say the king, a de facto king. The other one you can call him emperor, because he is also interested in taking Greenland from Denmark by force. You talk of a hyena eating another hyena, a red man eating another red man. You take colonies from this black man, Bwana. Now, I want to talk about when the prophecy of Mūgo wa-Kïbirū on a Luo man taking over the government. And that was on 7th March. Yes, exactly as I had said. How did I know this thing? Because I believe in what God says to be the truth. What God says is the truth. What man says is not the truth, not necessarily the truth. And that's why I'm very angry with those who say, oh, Ruto is telling lies, as if they themselves do not tell lies. This is why we have that methali, that proverb in Kiswahili, where we say, nyani halioni kundule, huliona lile la mwenzie. The monkey does not see its red back, but it sees the redness of its own fellow monkey. We are talking about here that if a man does not fear God, do not expect him to lead a government which is righteous. That is my standing. And therefore, when you know this, you clean yourself. Be a holy man in the holy government that we are setting up in the year 2032. Now I'm talking about the fulfillment of the prophecy I've been talking about. And that is 7th March. What happened? That is the time Raila, the son of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, actually greeted, we call it handshake in Kenya, greeted Ruto, who is holding the government, just like one who is taking a girl for marriage. And they agreed to work together. They agreed that Raila from Luo land nation, and I'm telling you about the Luo people, they extend from Ethiopia, where there they are called the Anuak. They come to Sudan, where they are called Shiluk. In fact, Khartoum, when you say Khartoum, it's a Shiluk word, which means the joining, where the White Nile joins from Kampala, joins the Blue Nile from Ethiopia. They come to Uganda, Acholi people. The guy, Bwana, when the Acholi is talking, you cannot tell the difference when a Nyanza, Luo Nyanza guy is talking. They extend to Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. And they're also there in Tanzania, where the queen there is called... you know the queen, the ruler of Tanzania, a lady, the first one to rule in East Africa. But the point here is this, that I'm very happy that those who are saying that I'm a false prophet, they are the ones who are blind. Gachagua saying that he can set up a government instead of Ruto. And he is the same blind man who took the Kikuyu from Uhuru Kenyatta to vote for Ruto, so that Ruto won because of the Kikuyu very many majority. And the same Kikuyu then come complaining that Luo is cheating, that is not telling them the lie. My friend, what did you expect of democracy? You expect to be told lies. You cannot mix the two. Righteousness in democracy. That's very stupid, actually. So we are talking that on that day, 7th March 2025, when Ruto said that he will rule together with a Luo man, then we are saying he has taken over. There is nothing that can take back a Luo from actually sweeping away Ruto in his minority because he doesn't have anybody to support him except the military, which the Luo will eventually take. And then the problems of the Kikuyu starts. That was what I have been saying, that Ruto lost because he was very lenient to these people called the Kikuyu of Kenya. Why I'm saying that? Because wa-Kïbirū said, in the same prophecy as he had talked about a Luo man taking over rulership over them, that when you know yourselves and return to the God of your fathers, then you take over the government. That is the time you take over the government. And let me tell you, what you go through the rule of the Luo, you will never forget, you will never give that kingdom to any other people. But what are you supposed to do? To know that you have been led by democracy. It's nonsense, but you believe in it instead of believing in your God. In fact, you have forgotten your God, and that is why he is leaving you to be ruled by the Luo. Come, this date, 7th March, that is the date we have marked the fulfillment of the prophecy that I've been talking about, Mūgo wa-Kïbirū said. So that also, whatever else he said, expected to take place. What else did he say? He said that when that hekel that I'm building at Getabushi will be finished. When we say finished, we are saying it's livable. You can walk there. Then that is the time. It marks the time. The Gen Z will sit elders on rulership seats. And that is the system of African governments everywhere. I went to Sudan, southern Sudan. And by the way, as I'm talking, I've just been told that Port, who was my student, he was the Minister of Energy in southern Sudan, my own student, whom I was to use there, and of course others, have been arrested. 21 of them, as I'm talking to you today. They are in custody by Salva-Kiir. He could not go by the agreement that they agreed with Riek Machar. So it's not just in Kenya, brother, that people do not honor what they agree. So do not expect that Raila will honor what they have agreed with Ruto. Ruto will be swept away. Within a very short time, he'll be in the opposition joining Gïkūyū and saying, Raila must go. That is how stupid democracy you have been made, like small children to go by it.